Hello and welcome to the channel. In this packet, I picked up some salmon. I went to the butcher's yesterday, and in today's video, for the very first time, I am going to try and can some salmon. And if you'd like to see me do that, stay tuned. I rinsed my fish off because there were insects flying around the butcher shop yesterday and I was not pleased. I've washed my hands, I've washed my surfaces, I have my clean jars up under the towel there, and I'm just going to slice my fish into smaller pieces in order to get them in the jar. And I'm not quite certain, I'm not quite certain how many jars I'm going to be able to get. This fish skin is hard to cut through. Maybe I should have cut from the top down instead of cutting from the skin part. But I'm going to cut this fish and then I will be right back. That's easier, using the tip to cut into the flesh. All right, I'll be right back. Now that I have my fish sliced, now I did put my fish in a salt water solution. Like I said, the butcher shop had a lot of insects flying around, lots of flies, and in the meat case, I don't know if flies got in there, but there were too many flies for my liking. So the salt water did cook the top of the fish a little bit, but as you can see, it's not cooked all the way through, but that's fine. I'm going to take my 8-ounce mason jar, and what you have to do is have your skin side out. I'm going to start with my smaller pieces of fish, and I'm going to pack my jar skin side out like so. Now, I've never canned fish before, so this is my first experience with this, and I'm hoping that this will turn out well because I really enjoy salmon and I eat it several times a month. Sometimes, depending on how I feel, I may eat it every other day. And so you just pack your fish in your jar like that. So let me get these packed up and I'll be right back. I have put the fish inside of the mason jars. I only was able to get 4 8-ounce mason jars. I'm going to put just a little bit of salt in each mason jar. And I'm going to have to clean the rims because this was not a very easy clean process. And I didn't use my funnel. Silly me. So I'm going to take some vinegar. I have some vinegar off to the side. I have a paper towel. I'm actually going to break this paper towel into a couple of pieces because this is going to need a few paper towels. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to dunk my paper towel into the vinegar. That's white distilled vinegar. And I'm going to wipe off the rims as best I can. I don't want any fish residue on these rims. Again, this was not an easy clean process. So I'm just going to do the same thing with the rest of the jars and I'll be right back. Now it's time to place my lids. These have been run through the dishwasher and I don't have to worry about lining them up because my jars don't have any words on them. So you can put the lids any way you choose. Put my rings on, fingertip tight. And these are some relatively new jars for me, and I'm really liking how they look. They're kind of squarish. So I'm gonna put, sorry about that, I bumped the camera. I'm gonna put all of my rings on, fingertip tight. Now I don't have to put any liquid in these jars. The fish is going to make its own liquid. And I put a little bit of salt. I did put water in my canner already. I have vinegar in my canner already. Do that again, fingertip tight. And as you saw, I tried to get my fish right up under that 1-inch headspace. Put the lid on. And fingertip tight. And so now I'm going to be putting my lukewarm cold fish into a lukewarm cold canner, and I'm going to start this process. I brought out my little mama. She is my 16 quart Presto. As I mentioned, it has not been turned on. It is cold. I'm going to be starting from everything cold today. So I'm going to take my lid off and place, did you all see that? Place my fish. And it's supposed to be skin side out, but this one took me a few minutes to get that in there. But that one, hopefully that one I just put in there will turn out the way it's supposed to. And I'm going to have to put some jars in here with water because I only have 4 jars. And this canner can take up to 7 at least 7 quart jars. So I'm going to place a couple of quart jars in here just to make sure that I don't have any movement, and then I'm going to turn this on. And you've seen that process, so I'm not going to take you to it. You will see it when this has come down off of pressure and I'm ready to take them out. Before I turn the canner on, I have to let you know that fish needs to cook for 100 minutes. So now that I have on the lid, I have my water and my fish in the canner, it's time to turn it on and get started, and I'll see you when it's done. Here are my 4 salmon. As you can see, they are just bubbling away. And again, I'm really very concerned because I had to stop my canner. I was really scared that it was running out of water. It took a long time to come up to pressure, which was odd for this canner. It just felt like there was a lot of things happening that normally just doesn't happen. And so all the liquid you see in here, the fish itself made this liquid. I didn't put any liquid. All I put was the fish and a little bit of salt. So I don't know, guys. I'm not feeling 100% confident with this because it's supposed to go for 100 minutes. Now let's take a look at the canner. Let me show you why I was concerned. Can you see that? It did siphon. I can tell it siphoned. However, I'm going to lift this. There is only a little bit of water in the bottom of this canner. And I don't think that if I would have let this go for the recommended 100 minutes, that my canner would be safe. I put the recommended amount of water in it. Sorry about that, you guys. However, my canner, it seemed to take a long time to come up to pressure, and then the locking mechanism didn't want to pop up. So I ended up, after what felt like 45 minutes to an hour, I put on the weighted gauge and it instantly popped up, meeting the locking mechanism, and it began to rock shortly thereafter. So the canner had reached pressure. Maybe I was just being scared, I don't know, but it just felt like there was too much going wrong. And as I sat in the kitchen and I heard all the noises that it was making, and I was smelling the smells, keeping an eye on the clock, and it just sounded like it had stopped boiling the way it generally does when it is really roaring. So I don't know about this fish. I'm really concerned about it. I think what I may have to do is take it out and cook it, because I don't know. Tell me what you think in the description box. I'm really nervous about this one. Well, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's video. The ending, not quite what I was expecting. I'm sure you weren't expecting that either, but things happen. And full transparency, I want to show you my experience. This is a new first experience for me, and I'm taking you all along with me. So if you enjoyed this, do me a favor. Leave me a comment. Share my video. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's really late for me. It is now early morning, and so I need to get some rest. So I'll see you hopefully in the kitchen in the next video. Bye for now.